Have you been thinking about starting a GLP-1, or are you on a GLP-1 and you'd like to know more about the medication and maybe some words that you can share with your family and friends who might be concerned about you starting a GLP-1? We're going to be going over Dave Knapp's book. Let's see, let me go this direction here so I don't block Jeff. We're going to be going over Dave Knapp's book, and Dave has a YouTube channel called On the Pen, and he is wonderful. He's someone that I like to follow, and I'm sure some of you probably have already followed his channel. He's been doing this since the very beginning of Mounjaro, and he has written a book called Decoding GLP-1, a guide for friends and family of those on the pen. Today, we're going to be discussing chapters 5 and 6. We're going to be discussing how the medications work and some of the new medications on the horizon that are GLP-1s that are pretty exciting, as well as some of the things that are troublesome, like cost, access to the medications, and side effects. And so that is the topic for today.
And this chapter also compared the different medications with the charts about how much you can lose too.
Exactly.
Or how much you're expected to lose, I think.
Exactly. Currently, on chapter 5, it goes over the FDA approved medications, GLP-1 medications that are already on the market. Some of them, like tirzepatide, has both Mounjaro and Zepbound. And Mounjaro and Zepbound, it's the exact same medication, but it's called Mounjaro if you have type 2 diabetes, and it's called Zepbound if you're battling obesity and do not have diabetes. But both are the exact same medication. Same thing with Ozempic and Wegovy. They're both semaglutide. They're the exact same medication. Ozempic is for type 2 diabetes. Ozempic, yes. That's their commercial. And Wegovy is for people who aren't diabetic but are battling obesity. And so that is semaglutide. There are some others as well. Trulicity is a GLP-1, but it is only for type 2 diabetes, as well as liraglutide. I'm going to make sure. Liraglutide. You don't hear about that one as often. That one may be less expensive and is an older medication. Let's see, where's that one? And it is Victoza for diabetes and Saxenda for weight management.
How do they come up with these names? Must be a focus group or something.
I'd
like to get paid to make up some of these names.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh, and this is a live book club. We're a book club, a weight loss book club for very busy people. That's why we only do 1 or 2 chapters a week. And then this book the chapters aren't very long, so we're doing 2 chapters. Next week we'll be doing chapters 7 and 8 because we're a weight loss book club for busy people. And because this is a live, if you are catching this live right now, please put any thoughts that you have about this book or what we're discussing in the comments. And also if you've had any wins this week, because we're here to cheer each other on and to be there for each other. We have a great Anchor Moments community here. So if you have any wins this week, please put that in the comments as well. And we'll be sharing those shortly. And if you're catching this as a replay, just put your comments, your thoughts in the comments, and I will always within a day or 2 respond to those. Sometimes even less. It just depends what I'm doing, but I do try to answer those as best I can. Okay, so those are all the medications on page 16 that are currently FDA approved and that are out there for you to be able to take if if needed. Now there are others that are on the horizon.
Clinical trials?
They're in clinical trials right now. It's really exciting because they're really discovering that having more than one component really helps in the weight loss portion, as well as helping with A1C for
And doesn't this
diabetics.
new one target 3 pathways?
Well, there's a bunch of new
A
ones,
G,
Jeff.
a G.
Yeah, that's the most
3
exciting
Gs.
one. That's the one I'm really looking forward to. It's called retatrutide, something like
I think it's
retatrutide.
Ratatouille, I think.
Yeah, sounds like Ratatouille.
No.
Retatrutide, and it is by Eli Lilly. It's in the third round, a stage 3 round of trials right now, but it's still in the trials. So I want to put a little warning out there to my friends. I have been seeing YouTube channels that are kind of like exercise YouTube channels with trainers saying they already have it, and if you send them money, they'll mail it to you. I have seen, which is terribly scary, and that there are some compounding pharmacies, and those are pharmacies where they can make name brand medications and they just do a little something to tweak them, because sometimes people need special dosages, or maybe there's an ingredient in a regular medication of any kind that someone might be allergic to, so they can copycat that medication but take out the little piece that you might be allergic to.
Wasn't that also done especially for shortages?
And shortages. So there was a huge shortage last year with getting both tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro and Zepbound, huge shortages, and huge shortages getting Wegovy and Ozempic too, because people are having such success on it that they couldn't keep up with the demand. And so when that happens, the FDA says that it's okay for compounding pharmacies to be able to make these medications the same way as the name brand until the shortage is over, and then they're to stop. And right now, there's a lot of litigation out there where they're showing that the shortages are over. And, I haven't had a problem getting my medication. The last few months, it's been easy peasy. And my friends haven't had a lot of problems either.
You were starting to talk about how you've seen commercials and stuff for medications that say that they already have this next thing that's really still in clinical trials. And
so I wouldn't do it.
Scam.
I wouldn't trust it. Some of it could be a scam. And it's not done with the trials. So even if you're using a compounding pharmacy that you know and trust, if they're making it and giving it to you, well, we don't know. Maybe during the stage 3 trials, you find out that there's a horrific side effect that shows up suddenly.
That's why they do the trials.
Yeah,
we want them to be done with those before we start jumping on those.
Exactly. You definitely want to wait until those trials are done before you take that medication. I know that there was a weight loss pill that was going to be coming out soon, and I think it was in like stage 2 or stage 3 trials, and people were really excited about it coming out soon, and there was something wrong with it. Something during that stage 2 or stage 3 trial wasn't good, and so they dropped it. They're not going to have that medication. So it's got to be tweaked some more or something, but it's not going to come out. And so that can happen in a stage 2 or stage 3 trial, even stage 1 trial. There's medications that they start, it does pretty well with rats or whatever lab animals they're using, and then they're ready to try to give it to humans. And sometimes there's something really bad. And God bless the people that are willing to be part of the trials and get the medications for free, and they get free doctor care while they're during the trial. but they are really right on top of them, and they find out if there's any significant side effects. So definitely, you do not want to do any medication that has not made it out of the trials unless you are in the trial, because then they have doctors with you really monitoring how things are going and really watching you closely.
Well, and Dave Knapp mentions in this chapter about the black box warning about Mounjaro, that it might contribute to medullary thyroid cancer, because it was noticed in rats that would happen, but rats are not humans, so they haven't seen that in humans, I think. Is that the case?
Right.
So and that kind of thing still could be in the warnings.
Exactly. And yeah, they don't have any human cases yet of that side effect coming about that we know of.
And by the way, what are we?
We are not doctors.
Okay.
I'm your sister from another mister. He's your brother from another mother. Okay. We are just friends on a healthy lifestyle journey with you. So anyway, and Dave did mention in here that rats, they have a spot in their thyroid that has receptors for tirzepatide that humans don't have. And so that might be why not all rats, but there are a few rats that had gotten thyroid cancer. That's possibly why they got it, but we haven't seen that be the case in humans. But if you have that we know of, but if you have thyroid cancer, if you've battled it before and you're recovering from it, or you have someone in your family with thyroid cancer, you really need to talk to your doctor about it. You might want to choose something else, a different medication. So anyway, I thought that was really, Dave was really thorough about that. I thought that was really good in this chapter, in these two chapters. He also talks about, of all the medications that are out so far, he has graphs and things for potential weight loss. And right now, tirzepatide is the winner of having, in their clinical trials, their data that people with type 2 diabetes and people with obesity lost a higher percentage of weight than those taking semaglutide, because that just has one agonist. However, he also mentioned there is another medication in clinical trials that Novo Nordisk, who does Wegovy and does Ozempic, they have a clinical trial going that really looks good about adding another GLP-1 type medication agonist with semaglutide together to create a new medication that is also showing greater weight loss than semaglutide alone. So anyway, there is new things on the horizon. And right now, everything that's pretty much out there, his book is still really right on target. And hopefully Dave will write an updated, edited version in a couple years as more new medications come out. But I found this to be very hopeful. And it also makes me feel a little better about my weight loss so far. I'm going to be doing...
You're right on average, right?
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit above average for someone with type 2 diabetes, because I do have type 2 diabetes. So I'm above average. I've lost 43 pounds on Mounjaro, whereas the average weight loss for people with type 2 diabetes is 33 pounds, and I'm already at 43 pounds. And up to 15% of your body weight. And I've lost more than 15% of my body weight. So that's good. And that was hopeful for me. So I know, I feel like it's like so slow. It's driving me crazy that I'd really like to lose significantly more. And I've been on a stall tomorrow I go live on Mondays. I call them my Mounjaro Mondays. And tomorrow is my 90th or 91st?
91st.
My 91st shot. I'll be taking my 91st shot live. And I just got done finding a new doctor because my previous primary care doctor of 35 years retired. So I finally found a new doctor this last week that I want to be my primary care physician. Had a wonderful visit, and I just got back all my lab work, and I'm going to be sharing all of that tomorrow night, and my future goals of how I'm going to try to break the stall that I have been on for about the last 5 or 6 months. I haven't lost much weight. And so I'm working really hard for breaking that stall. And I'm going to share with you all the things I'm going to be doing for that tomorrow. But back to the book, let's talk about some of the things that are hard. Chapter 6, overcoming challenges and misconceptions. And if you've had some challenges, please share those in the comments or in the chat, because I would love to hear from you, and maybe we can help you out with some of your challenges. Because like I say, I'm having some myself that I'll be sharing tomorrow. And some of the challenges are side effects, and some of your loved ones who are worried about you starting a GLP-1, they're worried about side effects. Now, we talked about the hardest, scariest one is, what if you got thyroid cancer? That would not be fun.
Well, do you remember Fen-Phen?
Yes.
And, people were using that off-label. I mean, it was, both of those medications were approved for different purposes or something like that, but then combining them wasn't really off-label, and people ended up having heart valve problems. Sometimes you got to pay attention to those
studies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes a study isn't long enough, and those kind of problems don't happen until years down the road. That's another reason why it's really important to have a doctor that you trust, that you can go to while taking any medications. It's really good to have a doctor who knows you. That's why it took me quite a while to choose my next primary care doctor, because I wanted to pick someone that I could have again for years and years and years, who, when I go, they recognize me when I come in and I sit down, and they know
Gina!
the struggles. Yeah, kind of like your personal cheers, like when Norm would walk up and cheers, Norm, where they know me, and they know what my struggles, my health struggles are, and they can help me along with that journey. So one, side effects. And big side effects that people talk about a lot are, and it's on the box in the medication pamphlet that you get in your box of Mounjaro or Zepbound, is nausea. Ooh, who wants nausea? Vomiting, diarrhea, constipation. Those are the main ones. Good news is, for most people, that goes away, and it doesn't stay.
And you can do things that help with those.
Exactly. One thing that you can do to help is you need to stay hydrated. When you are taking a GLP-1, it does dehydrate you more than normal. And so you are to drink more water than you would normally drink when you're not taking these medications. And that helps. Not being dehydrated helps. So hydrating with water is important. If you drink too much water and you're starting to lose some electrolytes, maybe having a little bit of an electrolyte, or eating something that with your water, so that way you have the minerals and all those things.
Taking medication with food.
Taking medication with food.
Smaller, more frequent meals.
Yeah, smaller, more frequent meals.
I'm just reading out the list.
Yeah,
here.
But especially if you have zero appetite, which has not happened to me, by the way. But some people have absolutely zero appetite. So one of the things they can do is just eat smaller meals, and be sure that you're taking in plenty of protein, and ask your doctor, how much protein should I be taking in for my body? Because it's going to be different based on how much you weigh and different things too. So your doctor should be able to find that number for you, or send you to a nutritionist, a registered dietitian who could help with that as well. Which is another thing that I am going to be asking my doctor for. I would like to have a meeting with a registered dietitian again. I haven't done that in a while. I did that. My first doctor, when I had type 2 diabetes, sent me to one for a 6-week class, and one-on-ones with that registered dietitian as well. And that was so helpful. I learned so much. But that was 6 years ago, and that was before taking Mounjaro. So what I've been working on is I'm doing a challenge for myself, at least 10-day challenge, where every day for the next 10 days, I write down every bite of food that I take in, how much water I'm drinking ounce-wise, and if I exercised, and trying to hit at least 4 fruits and vegetables every day. I've put the last 3 days in a row, I have put in my posts. So on my YouTube channel, if you go to Anchor Moments, my main page of my YouTube channel, if you click on posts, you can see what I've eaten for the last 3 days. And I hit all my daily goals. And I'm trying really hard to do that for the next 10 days. So that way I have data that I can take to a registered dietitian, and she can look over what it is I'm doing, or he can look over what it is I'm doing and give me advice on that. I'm also going to ask that the dietitian I go to, I want to take one of those tests to see what my resting metabolism is, to make sure for my body, how many calories am I burning at rest? So that way I'm not eating too little, so I can figure out what that is, or I'm not eating too much based on my personal metabolic rate. So I'm getting ready to do that.
And I think somebody on here, I think I know who it is, but you can out yourself if you want, did that and found out what their metabolic rate was, so make sure that they don't eat too little or too much.
Right. We've got Mindy in the house, and Mindy has been my guest on Mounjaro Monday Lives at least 3 times now. And the last time that she was my guest, she talked about seeing her dietitian, and she told us her resting metabolism was really high. Now, I mean, it was great. She has it was Mindy.
No, but was that a dietitian that she went to?
Yes, she went to a registered dietitian, and they did the special test to see what her metabolism is at rest when she's not moving. If she was just sleeping all day long, laying on the couch watching TV, not moving at all.
I'm going to go take a nap.
No. What that is, and her dietitian said, do not eat less than that, because you are exercising a lot, because she's been training for triathlons. And so she needs to eat at least that amount of what her resting, and hers was like 1,700 and some calories, which is fantastic. So I'm curious to see what mine is, to see if we can, if that can help me too with breaking a stall. Let's see. Oh, and if you have side effects, back to side effects, in the beginning, if you're having some issues with nausea and vomiting, or constipation or diarrhea, there are some things that you can buy over the counter that can make a difference. However, almost all the places you can buy over-the-counter things, like grocery stores and drug stores like Walgreens, CVS, whatever drugstore you have in your country, if you're coming from a different country
or
here,
state.
or different state, they have pharmacists. And even if that's not where you get your Mounjaro, but you're buying groceries there, you can walk up to the pharmacy counter to where you can ask questions to a pharmacist, and you can hold up some of the over the counter meds and ask if you can take these with the current medications you're taking. Because a lot of us are taking more than Mounjaro. We might have other illnesses that we are taking things. Like one of the things, these are the 3 that help me that I have at home. I use, if I just have just a teeny, my tummy's feeling just a little iffy, I'll take a Tums. But I have met some people in the Anchor Moments community that are taking medications where they can't have Tums because,
the calcium,
the calcium. They can't have the calcium in Tums with the other medication. One of the medications they're taking, they can't do Tums with. So if you ask your pharmacist, you don't even have to bother your doctor. Your pharmacist will know this. They'll be able to look it up. If they don't know off the top of their head, they can look it up with their computers. Now, if my stomach ache really, taking 1 or 2 Tums isn't doing the trick, I can do Pepcid Complete. And I save this for a true Mounjaro spanking. If I feel like I might be getting a Mounjaro spanking coming on, which has only happened to me 3 times where things came out of my mouth and bottom at the same time. Not fun. So it's 3 times in 91 weeks. One of them was on vacation in Vegas, and I do have a video about that, getting that Mounjaro spanking in Vegas. And I didn't have any meds with me. I did not have Pepcid Complete. I didn't take it because it'd been months of not having any spankings, and I felt fine. But I ate some things that that were too rich, and it threw me for a loop. So, but Pepcid Complete. Now when I travel, I have at least a couple of these in a Ziploc baggie in my purse just in case. But Pepcid Complete will stop a spanking before it happens for me. And another one that's helpful is sometimes I get really bloated and gassy. And if I take a Gas X, that makes me feel a lot better. And if it feels more bloated and gassy, I'll do this instead of Pepcid Complete, and that usually will do the trick for me. I never really worry about diarrhea. It just happens so infrequently to me because my issue is, but those of you, if you're having chronic diarrhea, you want to talk to your doctor about that, and or ask your pharmacist what medications you can take to help with that too. But that hasn't been one that's been an issue for me, so I don't even have any of that in the house. I do have Miralax, and that helps me with constipation because I always have to stay on top of constipation. I was always a little bit kind of constipated even before Mounjaro. Ever since I was a kid, I just kind of always been full of it, I guess. But because these GLP-1s slow down your digestion from your stomach, and that's wonderful because it keeps you fuller longer. But slowing that digestion down can cause constipation. So I try to stay ahead of that by drinking lots of water, eating a lot of fiber, and I found from my doctor that he said with all the medications that I was taking, it was okay for me to take Miralax. I could have up to 1 dose every day if I needed it. And I don't know, I usually go about every other day with a little bit of Miralax to keep my packages moving. And that's been really helpful because you don't want to get impacted because that can be an emergency situation. And I've been very fortunate that's never happened to me before. So I can kind of stay ahead of it. So
if you're overfed, you get FedEx.
He's teasing, dad joke. Okay. What else did you find really important from this chapter that I'm missing, Jeff, before we go to the comments here in a couple minutes?
I think you got it all, but let me look.
Let's see here.
Myths.
One of the myths with the medication is you're cheating. Oh, you've lost a lot of weight. Oh, but you're on one of those shots, then that doesn't count. You didn't work it. You didn't do anything. You cheated. You know what? Yeah, you did do stuff. I wish I could say that Mounjaro is a magic wand and I could just wave it over me and then the fat just disappears.
Maybe the next one will be.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, when that one comes out, sign me up. But that has not come out. What this is just a tool. It's a great tool. It helps with insulin resistance. It helps you in your pancreas. For those of us who have type 2 diabetes, it's very, very helpful with your beta cells in your pancreas, which is fantastic because that's one of the issues. When you have type 2 diabetes, your beta cells don't work very well. And if you have type 1 diabetes, your beta cells don't work, period. And you don't want that ever to happen to you if you can help it. So this medication really helps you. It helps your beta cells, and it helps you to use insulin well and to help your sensitivity to it. So that's great. So it helps in your pancreas, it helps in your stomach, delaying your stomach emptying, and it helps in your brain, in your hypothalamus. It helps control, helps you to feel fuller faster, as well as takes away a lot of that food noise where you think you're hungry when really you're not. And I had a lot of that. And a lot of us who battle obesity, that's been a big problem for us our whole life. So
you don't need the shame.
No, and you do not need the shame. You are taking a medication that can make a difference for you.
And somebody wise I know said, every body is different and everybody is different. Wait, it's reverse. Everybody is different and every body is different.
That's a Mindy-ism too. We did a little short of Mindy giving that. We thought that was so great when she came up with that on our last interview with Mindy, Mayor Mindy. Yeah.
She's on.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Should you go to the comments?
Yeah, I think maybe we'll go to the comments. If I miss something, we'll swing around with it. Maybe someone will have a comment that'll remind us of it. Let's see where we're at here. Let's go to the.
I'm going to.
Oh, that's right. You're going to put it over here.
Put it over here.
Okay.
And then go up and down, and you
in the
click on the
center.
one you want.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. We got Traveling Tea in the house. Yay! Hey, Traveling Tea and Mayor Mindy. Woo woo! And Mindy says she finally broke her stall after a whole month. Yay! She says, I'm down now 108 pounds. Weightlifting for the win. Woo woo! That's fantastic, Mindy. Wow, that is great. Congratulations. And we have Grant in the house. Yay! And Grant asked me, Grant has also been on our show before. We had a wonderful visit with him on a Mounjaro Monday live. And Grant is like me, battling type 2 diabetes, but also losing weight on Mounjaro. Been very, very helpful. And Grant and I have been chatting a little bit about weight loss stalls. And Grant asked, would you like to do at some point a panel of people? And I'm like, sure, we can do a panel. And so I've been thinking about that, of bringing some people who've been guests before on a Mounjaro Monday live who would like to talk about times that they were able to break a stall. And we can maybe put a bunch of you on there. So Grant, if you're willing to be a guest again, I think that'd be a fun panel to have you on because you've been very helpful in chatting with me about this, and maybe Mayor Mindy too, and see if she's interested, and we'll see if anyone else. But I thought that would be a good topic. But I'm going to be talking about that some tomorrow, and then maybe we can do a panel the following week if you guys are available. We may look into that.
StreamYard a little bit, see how it works.
Well, I don't have that many people that have already been, because if they were on, I don't know if they want that to be their first time on, because we'd want to know their whole story. So that should be a separate, if anyone would like to be a guest on a Mounjaro Monday live and share your journey taking Mounjaro or Zepbound or Wegovy or Ozempic, let me know, and we could have you be a Monday guest where we really get a chance to get to know you. And then in the future, we could throw you on a panel. And we'll be talking about one topic of whatever that topic is. But
we won't throw them.
So I don't think there'd be too many people at once. We've had 3 before when we did Mindy and Barb and me, the 3 of us after the cruise. Remember that?
Maybe.
We did. So we've done 3 before. Well, all right.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But I thought that was a great idea from
Grant. Haven't done it yet.
And Grant's telling Mindy she's doing a great job. We're so proud of you, Mindy. And Pammy says, hello, Gina and Jeff, Grant, Mindy, and Traveling Tea. So good to have Pammy here too.
Here.
Oh, that's right. I know, in the center. I got to get used to that. Okay. And Pam, she has had recently had a hernia operation, and she went ahead and had a skin removal surgery on her stomach. And she was a guest on my show a couple of weeks ago and shared about that experience, which was pretty amazing. And she is healing at home, and she has a great YouTube channel. So be sure to check her out. And she now has a playlist about all the videos she did immediately after having that skin removal surgery. So if anyone is considering that in the future, definitely check out that playlist of hers. Yes. And Traveling Tea says, hey, Pammy, you look great in your video today. Ooh, I need to check out. I haven't seen your video today yet, Pam, but I did see a few of them you've done in the last week or 2, and they are just wonderful. Pam is pretty fabulous. Love her. Now, that's another concern that people have before starting a GLP-1 is, what if I get a bunch of loose skin? Will I be more upset that I have loose skin, or will I be more upset if I always stay obese? Which would be worse, you know? And for me, my weight loss has been steady. It was steady for quite a while, and then it's kind of slowed down. But my weight loss has always been like a pound or 2 a week, and then some weeks maybe a half a pound, and then a couple of maintenance weeks with not losing, and then lose, 2 pounds will come off, or 1 pound, or a half a pound. And the good news with that for me is I really haven't gotten the loose skin. For me, even though I'm old, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm a grandma now. So anyway, but I'm in my 50s, and
you haven't gotten loose skin.
I haven't gotten loose skin yet. Now that's true. I would like to lose another 40 to 50 pounds. And if I do, maybe I would get loose skin, but so far, so good. And I was down 8 pounds before I started Mounjaro. So I'm 51 pounds less than my highest weight. And so far my skin's been okay, but it might get a little flappity wappity, but and if that's the case, I will still take that over all the health issues that come with obesity. And let's see. Mindy says, when Dave said he was writing the book, I told him that once he finished it, I would use it to tell my mom I was on Mounjaro. That's exactly what I did. I'm very grateful to Dave. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Mindy. Yeah, because it's hard. It's hard telling our loved ones that are worried about us about taking the medication. And I'm so glad Dave's book helped you. And that is why he wrote it. That's why it says not only Decoding GLP-1, but the small words are a guide for friends and family of those on the pen. And it's not very thick. So that way, because not all your friends, close friends and relatives maybe want to read a big, thick book, but just a nice little book that has all the important things they need to know is really in this. And I'm so glad Mindy, oh, that's right, in the center. Mindy gave me my first copy of Dave's book when I visited her
And we lost it. We had to buy another one.
Yeah. But that's okay, because I'm supporting Dave by doing it. So we didn't mind. Yeah, we did lose the book.
Maybe we'll find it in the van somewhere.
Yeah. And once I find it, then I'll have it available that I can gift it to somebody. And let's see. And everyone's just being so friendly, saying hi to each other. I love that. And Pammy says, that's right. Exactly. They saw the thyroid cancer in rats, but with humans, it was different. And I think I remember once that people said we can get eye cancer, but then that wasn't the case. Oh, okay. Well, that'd be
no.
Oh, that's right.
By the way, I'm trying to teach her how to scroll and click so that she doesn't jump over all of the comments by accident.
Yes. And it's not intuitive for me. And Pammy says, I was wondering about the update on retatrutide. They are in the third stage of their trials, and so far it's looking fantastic. So far, people are losing more weight on that than they are on Mounjaro and Zepbound, which is fantastic. It is leading the pack in a lot of the new medications that are coming out, but it's still in trials. It's still in trials. So you still want to wait until it passes, and we know for sure that nobody was harmed by it. Pam says, I'm really wishing that you'll see a break with this squat challenge too. Yes. So I'm also doing a 10-day squat challenge. I've done 6 days so far. After we finish this live, I'll be doing my squats, and I'll have Jeff tape it, and we'll put up day 7.
And I haven't done squat.
Yeah, Jeff hasn't done squat. He is not doing it with me, but he's at least taping it for me. And I think I'm going to be doing more of these different little challenges, because, it's easier doing something if you can break it down and say, just 10 days, 10 days. There's a lot of things you can do for just 10 days. Just like even writing every morsel of food that I put in my mouth. I want to do that for at least 10 days. And that's what I'm telling myself again. And then if you can
do it for 10 days, you might just say, wow, if I can do that for 10 days, I can do it more.
Exactly.
But you're not required to.
But you're not required to, because that's the part of your brain you have to say is, I only need to do this for 10 days. Let's see if I can do it for 10 days. And I want to do where I'm not just writing everything, but I want to hit all my goals, my little daily goals each day for 10 days. And so far, so good. I got 3 days down and 7 to go. And Dave also talks about that in either chapter 5 or chapter 6, that it's real important. Have like a little notebook, and you can write down any side effects you're feeling. You can write down how you're feeling on the medication. You can write down about how many calories, what have you been eating? What have you been doing before you go to the doctor? So that way you can just take that notebook in with you, and it'll help you to have a better meeting with your doctor, because you'll have a bunch of data you can share with your doctor too. And hey, we got Mandy in the house. Hi, Mandy, and a new subscriber. Thank you so much, Mandy. We really appreciate that. And and people are saying hi. And Pammy says, and I know 2 co-workers who, let's see, then I'll go back to Grant, who were in a stall. Their doctor prescribed phentermine, and they were, they felt like they were on speed.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I don't need that.
Was that one of the fen things? Fen?
Possibly, yeah, phentermine. That's one of the 2. Let me go back to Grant. And Grant says, I really wish I knew what insurances covered for obesity. So many just cover for diabetes. Yeah, that's a thing too. So that is another stumbling block with GLP-1s, is the cost. It is super expensive. The costs are between $900 and about $1,500 is the cost to be a month to be on these medications. Now, sometimes your insurance will cover it. Some insurances are covering it for obesity. If you're getting your insurance from work and you live in the United States and you're getting your insurance from work, if your company, when they go out to market for picking, they do that every year to decide which health insurance company that they're gonna utilize for the following year. They have to say in there, I believe, that that they want one that helps people who are obese with the meds. It has to have like a little rider or something, is what Dave called it.
An obesity management rider policy must have been selected by the employer sponsoring the plan.
Ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, that was page 22 and 23.
There you go.
In case you're looking at it.
Yeah. And I know even for someone with type 2 diabetes, we had the same medication or the same insurance plan, UMR, United Healthcare, with the school district. And when Mounjaro first came out and my doctor wanted me to take it, it wasn't covered. And it was going to be like $1,400 a month. And I just couldn't afford that. That's like a house payment. I was like, no. So we opted out and I just stuck with metformin. And then later, over a year later, I tried again. And that time my insurance was on board with it. And also another place that you can check is go to, if you want to take Mounjaro or Zepbound, there are coupons that are done through Eli Lilly. You go to their website and you can apply to get a coupon. Now the coupon, there are some restrictions with it. One of them, I don't think you can have a federal job. I don't know. There was, but you had to have private insurance that could be through your employer, as long as your employer wasn't the United States government for whatever reason, you could get a discount. And it's given me a discount. So which is really wonderful. So it's not free for me, but it's pretty close. It's extremely affordable through that. And then Eli Lilly was worried about people who insurance doesn't cover it at all, not even a tiny bit. And they were losing out to people who were going to compounding pharmacies where they can save money that way. And so Eli Lilly has come up with Eli Lilly Direct. And that is where you can purchase Mounjaro or Zepbound in vials instead of in the pens, but you still would use, a shot, but you'd use a regular shot with the vials. And that's significantly less. I think, well, I don't know. I don't want to date this video, but when it first came out, it was around $500 or $600 for the 2.5, and was a little less, and then the 5 milligrams was a little more, and now they even have more than that. So, but significantly less, even though it's still pricey. And I'm hoping eventually it'll come down as the new medications come out, because then they'll have more competition. Why is it not?
Because you went on the same one you already were looking at, Gina.
There we go. And Pam says, in a stall, their doctor prescribed phentermine, and they were, we already had that one.
Because you skipped, remember?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because I had to go back to Grant. And Pammy says, Grant, I've really only noticed coverage for bariatric surgery after documented several attempts of other diets. Oh, for her insurance for doing for obesity, they covered bariatric surgery.
But not as the first line of defense.
Right. And I think a registered dietitian, and I think a registered dietitian, and Gina said that, yeah. And it is really helpful to speak with a registered dietitian. They go to college to learn everything about food and nutrition, and they're really good. I highly recommend them. And Pammy says, I remember once hearing that we would be able to use the cost of a gym as a tax write-off. Not sure if that is still true. I don't know. and taxes change every year. So we could always, when we do our taxes this next year, we could always check and see if that would be the case. And Mandy says, besides weight loss, how has a GLP helped? Okay, for me, not only have I lost weight, my A1C, my blood sugar, has gone to the green zone. I'll be sharing my new my new A1C number tomorrow on my Mounjaro Monday Live when I go over my reports, but that was better. I had stage 1 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I was willing to be in a liver disease study, and so I went to a special liver institute, and they ultrasounded my liver and let me know, oh, honey, you have stage 1 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It wasn't enough to be in the study, but they wanted to see me a year later because they said if it got worse, I could be in the study. But there's a possibility it could get better because your liver is one of the organs that can heal and get better. And a year later, after being on Mounjaro for only 8 months, it 100% erased my non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And that was through, being ultrasounded. And they looked, and the doctor was so impressed and asked, what were you doing? What did you do this year? And when I told her about being on Mounjaro, they said, they're doing studies on that right now. Eli Lilly is on non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it's going really well in the clinical trials, and it worked for me because it erased that for me. I also, my knees used to hurt walking up and down stairs, would be painful, and now I can practically run up and down stairs, and it doesn't bother me.
Do you think that was because you lost weight and have all
that
the weight
could be
on
part
your
of
knees, or some other reason?
That could be part of it. Absolutely. Actually, Dave on the pen Knapp, who wrote this book, he just did a video about that this week. And he said he did it as a short. And he said, a lot of the things that are better, sleep apnea being cured, body's not aching so much, all these different things. He said, is it because we lost weight, or is it because of the medication? Does it really matter? The medication helped you lose weight.
And the inflammation with sugar in your, right? Yeah,
so hard to say 100%, but it's still a factor. For those of us who have been battling obesity, and when we go on these meds, and it helps us have a level playing field, that if we do all the things and eat healthier foods and eat less and move more, we need to do those things for the weight to come off. But this medication puts us on a level playing field so we can actually do that and maintain that weight loss while we're on the medication. And it's possible that it was the weight loss was the only reason that my knees stopped hurting. But I can tell you, I have lipedema in my legs and my arms, and that is a fatty tissue disease that has little nodules in the tissue that are sore. They're sore bumps, and so it hurts when they're. For me, it hurts when they're pressed. Some people who have lipedema, it just hurts all the time, even if you don't touch them. And that hasn't been my experience yet. For me, it's if they touch them. Like, I can't have a little dog or cat jump on my lap because that hurts my legs. It hurts my nodules. When I go to a massage therapist, I like to get a massage once a month with a female massage therapist. I always tell her,
can't give you a massage.
No, and a dog can't give me a massage. But I tell my massage therapist, don't do my arms and legs because you're just going to hurt me. Even if you do it gently, I don't like it. So don't touch my arms and legs. But there are people, it's starting to be people who have severe lipedema where they have chronic inflammation and it just hurts. Their legs or arms hurt all the time. When they go on these GLP-1s, it's reducing inflammation and it's making them feel better. And but they're also, a lot of them are losing weight too, and which which is it? Is it the losing the weight? Is it the reducing inflammation of the shots? Hard to say for sure, but either way, it's the shot that helped make that weight loss, helped you to be able to lose the weight. It's a win-win either way. But those are the differences that it's done for me, other than just weight loss. And there's a lot of people who've had their sleep apnea cured too, and inflammation. Getting that inflammation down has been really helpful. And Grant says, when it comes to a new possible side effect is that my kidney creatine levels are raising. So I'm hoping more water intake helps with this.
Interesting.
That is interesting. And Grant, I don't know enough about creatine levels. I do know when I got my lab results back, my creatine levels are fine. So they're whatever they're supposed to be. So I'm not sure if you want them higher or if you want them lower. Do you know?
Sounds like they're supposed to be lower, but they're rising.
Yeah. And I'm hoping more water intake does help with that, if that is the case. But
I didn't run across that in the book.
No, I didn't run across that in the book yet either. And Pammy says, I've only used the BMR on my Renpo scale app. Okay.
Body metabolic rate.
And I don't have one of those scales, but I hear they're supposed to be pretty neat. Pammy says, my BMR was, 1,440. That's good. That's really good. That's a good.
So that means how many calories
she can eat that she burns in rest. That helps her heart to beat, helps her lungs to breathe, helps her brain to work without moving. She could lay on the couch all day long. That's how many calories her body needs. Oh, that was weird. There we go. And Grant says, I've started taking Grun's gummies to help with my gut health. Been on them a week and already noticing improvement. I've seen the commercials for those. They look really good. I take dried vegetable powder that's supposed to have some prebiotics and probiotics in it that I get at Costco. And it's not the greatest tasting. So I saw the commercials for those Grun's gummies, and they sound really good. They sound really good. They're a gummy of dried up bits of lots of different vegetables and fruits.
This one?
Yeah. It comes in 2 flavors at Costco anyway. And this is one of the ones that I use.
Now, did you ask your pharmacist about this?
Actually, I took it with me to my doctor's appointment.
Good. Okay.
And to let my doctor know that I was taking that. Is that okay?
That'll be good, because just like anything else that's over the counter, just because it's over the counter doesn't mean it doesn't have any contraindications with other medications you're already taking.
Yeah. That was the word I needed. Contraindications. Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know some things.
Yes, you do. That's why I like having him around. And Pammy says, when I am 155 and below, it goes down to 1,381. Yeah. And that is a thing. So as you get skinnier, you need less calories because you have less of a body to keep going. And so that's an issue a lot of times too, for those of us who lose weight, not taking a GLP-1, that as you lose weight, you burn less calories at rest. And so you need less calories, but that doesn't mean that your hunger has changed. And then it can make it really easy to start gaining weight again too. Metabolism is really an interesting.
But if you do that, like you said earlier, about moving more,
yes,
if you build muscle.
Yes, that's why they say weightlifting is really good. And doing even the 50 squats a day challenge, doing those squats, I can feel my thighs feel like they're getting firmer from doing that challenge. weightlifting and weight bearing exercises, weight resistant exercises can help you. And if you build muscle, then you get to burn more calories at rest, which is really pretty awesome. And Mindy says, yes, my RMR was 1,720 calories, which is awesome. And especially for a woman. And she says, unexpectedly good for my age and considering I have Hashimoto's disease. Make sure you do the test where you breathe into a machine for accurate data. Okay, thanks, Mindy, because I am definitely going to look for that. Because I definitely want to get that. I definitely want to get that done. I have a follow-up meeting with my new doctor on November 4th. And I really want to have that done. Oh, we got Taz the Bulldog's mom in the house. Yay! And Pam says, my heart app sent me an alert yesterday saying my average weight has been higher for the past 8 weeks, which is since surgery. I've been up 5 pounds, and this morning I went down to 155. 3 pounds down.
Yay!
Yay! And remember, after surgery, Pam, you get kind of bloated because you had all that that medication they give you so you sleep during your surgery. What do they call that?
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia. That can blow you out. Yes. and the IVs that they give you and all of that. And then you're not supposed to be exercising as much, because you're laying around, doing a lot of healing and resting. So that wouldn't surprise me. That'd be a little gain, but I'm proud of you getting that off now. And Mindy says, scales are just estimating RMR based on weight, age, gender. My scale is way off. So is the online TDEE calculator. Yeah, when you're doing the thing and you're breathing.
That's the real deal.
That's the real deal that you get at.
Because it measures your carbon dioxide and oxygen and all that.
And all that. Yep. That's the gold standard. And everyone's saying hi again to each other. Is that the bottom?
Did you cover this one?
No. How did I miss it?
I think you messed up.
I was trying to be so good. Hey, we got Sandy in the house.
Let's go back to
Yay!
where we were.
How in the world did I mess that up?
I think you scrolled over. Anyway.
I didn't thought I did. I was trying so hard. Gosh dang it.
Boy, there's a whole bunch of them in here you just skipped right over, right? I don't remember reading these.
All right. Go. There, 3 pounds down.
Here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so you
okay, and that was Mindy. Yeah, just scroll for me. Gosh dang it.
There you go.
There we go. Pammy appreciates your dad jokes. She says, yeah, I figured it's not as accurate using my scale.
Or dad
a little bit of both. Oh my gosh. And Pam says, I finished the 10-day squat challenge and I'm so I don't know. Seeing how my stomach feels when doing a plank again. She's excited to see, I think she was probably trying to write how her stomach feels doing the plank again. Yeah, there's a plank challenge out there too. We might join that. But I think I'll break it down to a 10-day. I kind of like the 10-day challenges. If it doesn't feel good, I'll do more squats. There you go. Yeah. And I'm going to do more squats when my 10 days are up. But I'm going to be doing, my 10 days in a row during the challenge for sure. And Pammy says, wow, Mindy, I didn't see your comment about breaking a stall. Woo woo. Yay. Hey, and Cindy's got a win. She says, my win has been 18,000 steps a day. Wow. 6 gym days this week, and I broke my stall. Yay. Congratulations, Cindy. That's awesome. And that would be awesome because you are all so knowledgeable. Yeah, if we do a panel on breaking stalls, I think that'd be kind of fun. And Pammy says, oh, thank you. I got the sound better this time, and I bought a new tracksuit. All right, that's fun too. You rewarded yourself with something other than food, which is pretty cool. And Cindy says, Pam, is your email listed on your page? I was just approved for surgery. Wow, Cindy, that's great. And Pam says, Traveling Tea, sorry I didn't see your comment until Gina read it. I appreciate it when shopping yesterday at Nordstrom Rack and TJ Maxx and found an Adidas tracksuit with black cheetah stripes. And I got a black Adidas hat for $12.50. Can't beat that. I was excited. The shirt that I'm wearing is brand new. I got it at Chico's clearance rack, and I had a $15 off coupon. So I got the shirt for $6. I think that's the least I've ever spent for a Chico's outfit. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's so fun to get a good deal. And Grant says, Jeff is ready for some soup.
Yeah, I think that'll be day 11.
Day 11, we'll have soup. And Pam says, took my 86 shot today. Lost 93-ish pounds. That's fantastic, Pam. Wow. Issues for me are a little nausea and making sure I eat enough calories. I have a bachelor's in science in exercise physiology, so I know the importance of exercise every day. Wow, congratulations, 93 pounds. That's fantastic. Yay. And yeah, exercise and movement, it's really key. It really, really is. Hey, we got Denise in the house. She says, I'm late, but she says, hi to everybody. Hey, Denise. And Pammy says, there's a weighted hula hoop challenge going and a plank challenge after the squats. I saw that on Twan's channel and friends. And I do have a weighted hula hoop, so I can add that too. Absolutely. You got the hula hoop, Jeff?
I do.
Dun, da, da, da. When I first got my hula hoop, I did a 30-day, 30-minute a day challenge. I didn't do the full, 30 minutes on each day as a video, but I did do the challenge for myself. And I did the first day where I couldn't do the hula hoop, but I was trying to figure it out. So it was kind of a funny video. But, after 30 days, I really did lose a link. So that was a couple inches off my waist that I was able to take one link out, which was pretty cool. And I traveled during that, and I was able to take the hula hoop in my suitcase. So I think there was a few videos I'm doing the hula hoop when I did the girls' vacation for my 40th high school reunion. But yeah, but doing like I think I would do a 10-day. I'm really into the 10s. I'm kind of liking that. And let's see. And Cindy said, that'd be funny, Pammy. And Cindy says, I got a 50 discount each time. I only paid $25 for Zepbound. Yeah, that is amazing. And that coupon is really, really worth it. I am excited for you, Cindy, because that is fantastic to be able to get that for Zepbound. And Pam says, that's correct. I don't know why, but Fed employees can't use the coupon. Yeah, I don't get why they can't either. And Cindy says they can't because Eli Lilly gets federal money, so it goes against anti-kickback laws. Oh, thank you, Cindy, because I always thought that's so weird. Why are they picking on them? That's why. Okay. And Pam says, true. While compounded pharmacies are still able to dispense, it seems like there are just a few companies that are reliable and have lower prices now. Yeah, and you've got to be careful because they're not all created equal. You want to make sure it's not somebody mixing crap in their garage and selling it to you online, So really, really research where you're getting your medications.
That South Park episode.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah. The obesity code on South. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. So you got to be really careful. And I'm not sponsored by any of the drug companies, not Eli Lilly or any compounded places. I'm just sharing my journey. And I've been blessed that my insurance, they do make my doctors fill out special paperwork once a year to say why they think I should be on Mounjaro, and it is passed. When they had to do that like 6 months ago, they had to do that again, and I passed. So I am on it as well as on the coupon for Mounjaro. And Pammy says, "Oh, thanks. I understand since Eli Lilly getting a kickback, and I'm happy you're getting Zepbound for $25. I wonder how many more can do that. I am lucky that I still get Mounjaro covered." Yeah, I'm very lucky too. My Mounjaro would have been $70 a month on my insurance, but when I use the Eli Lilly coupon, I get it for $25. And when I moved up to 12.5 milligrams, and I had a new doctor at my old doctor's office he was my doctor for 5 months, and then he quit, darn it. But he put my Mounjaro as a 3-month prescription instead of as a 1-month prescription. And I got 3 months of Mounjaro for $25. I couldn't believe it. It saved me $50. So
don't rub it in, Gina.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, oh my gosh, but I'm just putting that out there because maybe somebody else who's doing 25 a month, check and see if your coupon thing works on a 90-day.
Right.
For $25. I'll save you $50.
And lots of, I think insurance companies would like to have people get theirs, a longer stretch.
Yeah.
Like 60 or 90 days.
Yeah. So check and see. And Pam says, you can add a packet of sugar-free water flavoring to the greens to help it taste better. Yeah, I could.
What do you mix?
I just chug it.
Water?
I put my Miralax in it. So I'll do half a scoop instead of a full scoop, and with water and Miralax. And so I figure I'm getting some greens in there when I need the stool softening too. And Sandy says, I've been off shots for 2 weeks, having tummy tuck this Thursday. That's exciting, Sandy. Congratulations. I look forward to hearing how you do. And so this Thursday, I'll put in some prayers for you too, Sandy, that all goes well for you. Everyone that I've talked to so far that has been doing these tummy tucks, they've all been grateful that they did it and felt it was worth it in the long run. Including Pam, who was, in the process of healing. And so it's always nice being able to see videos from someone while they're healing. So good luck with that, Sandy. Hey, we got Twan here. Yay. Hey, Twan, we say good things about you. Thank you for getting me started on the 10-day 50 squat challenge. And someone mentioned in here that you're doing a hula hoop challenge, and I got the same color hula hoop as you, that I might be joining that too. So fun. Glad to have you here with us. And Mindy, is saying hi to Miss Twan too. And thanks, Twan, for being my guest this last Monday. It was so fun hearing your journey. And Mindy says, good luck, Sandy. I'm sure you're nervous but excited. And Traveling T says, news just in. NN entered a partnership with Costco. Yes, they did. Nordisk? Novo Nordisk. That is new news, Traveling T, and great news. They're going to offer their medications for like half price at Costco. So if you are taking semaglutide, Wegovy, or Ozempic, Costco might be a really good place for you to get your medication. And that's where I get my Mounjaro. I always get it at Costco. And Denise says, yes, definitely research unboxing of the telehealth companies on YouTube so you're not taken advantage of. Okay. And Denise says, good luck, Sandy, and a speedy recovery. And Cindy says, I didn't apply for anything. Amazon Pharmacy automatically gave me the 50. Wow. That's great. And Sandy says, thank you for the prayers. You are absolutely welcome, Sandy. We're putting in lots of those for you. And Twan says, awesome. Yes, it's day 5 of the hula hoop challenge. Yay.
You're behind.
I'm behind, but I'll be joining that challenge as soon as I finish the squats. I'm getting close. Today's day 7.
I wonder if you can hold the soup while you do the hula hoop.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh my gosh. And Twad is saying hi to Mayor Mindy. Hey, we got A. Barnett in the house. She says, be careful with tummy tucks, etc., because the weight, if you gain, will go to another place like your arms. Okay. Good to know. Is that it? Oh, no, I think that's it.
Well, yeah, but do it right there.
There.
You're good.
See? All right. Well, tomorrow is going to be a big Mounjaro Monday live. I'll be sharing my what I found out at my new doctor's office with my 6-month type 2 diabetes well visit check. And I'll be sharing all of that with you and what I'm trying to do for breaking my stall, including hanging out with Twan, doing her, first doing the squat challenge, and then I'll do the hula hoop challenge. We'll be sharing a lot of that. Yeah.
For you.
Day 7 of squats. I gotta get that done. But I appreciate all of you. I look forward to seeing a lot of you tomorrow. We're really going to be discussing breaking stalls, and I'll be discussing my new doctor's visit, what my doctor had to say about GLP-1s. All right, everybody, hold on. Wait. We need to see who wears the 3 people who get to wear a crown today.
I thought you were going to say you had to take your shot.
No, that's tomorrow. I'll be taking my shot. Here we go. Top fans. All right. In 3rd place is Mandy. Yay. My new subscriber. And Gina. 2nd place, I was number 10. Hey. Right, Denise. But you made the list. And 2nd place is Travelin' T. Yay. And 1st place is Mayor Mindy. Woohoo. Yay! All right. Well, everybody, hold on to your anchor moments and make it a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.